Okay, guys, we're going to be learning a second slide guitar exercise. I've got tabs for this, so download them. Depending on when you're watching the video, it'll be in a couple different places, but it's on the website, so I've got tabs for this, and that's what I'm going to be looking at to the side here sometimes when I'm teaching you. So download those tabs, print them out, so you can watch them while you, or look at them while you watch this video. Okay, now, what we're basically doing here is just building off the last lesson. We had a slide guitar lesson last time that looked something like this. Let's see, yeah. And then going back down. Okay, so that was our first exercise for practicing slides on guitar. This is basically just building off the same principle with an extra exercise to keep you motivated playing something new. So this, I might not have mentioned it before, but that first exercise is in the key of A minor. So that's what we're going to do here too. We're going to put another one, the second exercise, in the key of A minor, so that they can actually be played together if you want to. So you could play the first exercise and go right into the second exercise, and they'll all sound good. You can change them up and play around with them as much as you want because they're in the same key, and so you can kind of mix and match the different parts of the exercises to make up something new. So don't be afraid to play around with it. Now let's go ahead and get started. This exercise is all about sliding up and back and increasing and decreasing the distances that you're sliding. So we're not always going to be just sliding a couple of frets. You know, we did that mainly in the last one. This time we're going to stay on one string. Sometimes we're going to be sliding pretty far, and sometimes not too far at all. So let's actually get to it. Every note on this exercise is on the G string. That's the third string from the bottom. And we're going to start out in the second fret on the G string. Now, one thing I want to point out before we get going is when you're sliding, especially a long distance on the guitar neck, you want to make sure you're looking at the fret you're going to, not the fret you're already on. If I'm going to, for instance, I'm going to slide in a second from 4 to 5. That's a pretty short distance, no problem, but I still want to look where I'm going. So I'm looking at the 5th fret, and I land it just perfect. It's even more important if I have a big slide. Let's say, not in this exercise, but if I go 2 all the way to 14 on the G string, I can look here quickly, but I've got to make sure I'm looking at this 14th fret when I slide to it. So I know when I've gotten there. I'll hear that I've gotten to the right note, and I'll see that I've gotten to the right note. So I have 2 confirmations there. So just keep that in mind when you're sliding. Keep your eye where you're going. Okay, so now let's start off with the 2nd fret on the G string, and I want you to use the same fingers as me. I won't call them out. I'll just let you look at my hands and just use the same fingers as me. It'll either be 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. No pinky in this exercise. So let's start off 2nd fret on the G string. Play it just like you normally would. 2nd fret, then 4th fret. Now you're going to play the 4th fret again, but slide up to the 5th fret. Okay, remember, keep that pressure down. Then you're going to go back to 4. Okay, so again. All right, and I divided these phrases up in measures. So that's the first measure. Okay, you'll see a bar line after that 4th fret on the G string right there. Okay, so the last note in every measure is a long one. So you hold it for a second. Okay, so here's the 2nd measure. 2, 4, hit 4 again and slide to 7, and then 5th fret, another long note. Okay, so all right. Now 3rd measure, you're going to go 4, 5, 5 again, slide to 9. Okay, back to 7. And that's your long note. Okay, so again, that's 4, 5, 5 again, slide to 9, 7. Remember, use the same fingers I'm using. I'm using them for a reason. Okay, 4th measure, it's going to be 5, 7, 7, slide to 10, back to 9. Okay, 5th measure, 7, 9, 9, slide to 10. Sorry, 9, slide to 12. Back to 10. That's your long note. Okay? Now, what is it? This is the 6th measure. 9, 10, 10 slide to 14, and then 12. Okay. Now, because I know some of you may be playing acoustic guitars, that's as high as I'm going. You electric guitar players could go higher, but that's probably reaching as far. It's probably a little uncomfortable for you if you don't have a cutaway acoustic guitar. So I'm going to stop going that high, and we're going to work our way back down. But so far, what we've got is this. Let's see, where was that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just checking my tabs. I got that right. So, and then we end on that 12 right there, that long note. Now what we're going to do is work our way back, and we're going to slide backwards. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go still the same string, G string, but we're going to go 12, then 14. But as soon as we play that 14, we're going to slide back to 10. So you're going to go, okay, that's the rhythm you want. Okay, this may feel a little weird to you because we're sliding back. Now, the next measure is 9, 10, slide to 7, okay? 9, 10, 7. Remember, you don't repluck that string. You just go 9, 10, and then let the note carry to 7. Okay? Now we're going to go 5, 7, slide to 4. 5, 7, slide to 4. Okay? And then for the last note, we just hit that 2 and end it. That's the exercise. So, and then we just hit a 2, okay? So, okay? Now, you've got all these notes, these different positions sliding to different notes and these different patterns between slide exercise number 1 and this one, the number 2 one. You can really do some cool combinations with them. Any song in the key of A minor, you can kind of play around with it and make up a solo, even with just these few notes. You know, I can give you a few songs in the key of A minor. It'll also work pretty good in the key of C too, but we'll get more into that stuff later. But, you know, Stairway to Heaven, everybody loves that song. That's in the key of A minor. So, I'm trying to think of another one. There are some, but without going into it too much and kind of getting ahead of myself, I'd probably confuse you. So, but you can make up that stuff. And what I mean is just play these different notes, get real used to them. Once you're comfortable memorizing these notes, mix them up a little bit. And then, so let's say you mix the different exercises together. So you go. Or sorry. Okay, so you can see how I'm kind of mixing the first and the second exercise. That's mainly if you're kind of a creative person and you feel like kind of just taking off with it and using this how you want to. We'll get into improvising solos, which is kind of what that is there. We'll get into that stuff further on in the lessons, and we'll do it in great depth. So we'll go step by step. But if you're itching to kind of try that out, you can have some fun with that scale, and you don't have to know all the theory behind it yet, but we'll get to it. So remember, just before I let you go, keep pressure on the strings as you slide them. Use the same fingers as me, and look at the fret that you're going to. So if I'm down here on the 2nd fret and I'm going to 14, I really need to keep my eyes on that 14th fret so I know where I'm landing. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, and good luck.